Hello everyone and welcome to Game Over. I am Dark and with me again is Cantro, and today we have a great matchup here for you from the WhiteRa replay pack. It is our Protoss player, WhiteRa. Now spawning in the top right corner, it is our blue Zerg player whose name I cannot pronounce, so he shall be affectionately referred to as number 160. It's number 160!
Yeah! I'm really looking forward to 160. I've seen a lot of his games.
He's huge.
He's
Really
huge in Taiwan.
big. Yeah.
And
So
by huge, I mean huge.
So for those who don't know, we don't speak Taiwanese, we can't read it, and that
I
one.
can barely read English and
Wow.
speak the language.
Some of us. I'm not going to name any names, but it's not me. So we'll just refer to him as number 160 because that's the only English characters he has. And right now, I'm happy to see WhiteRa. I usually enjoy his Sky Protoss. You know, it's
He is the creator, like of Sky Protoss.
it's no planetary nexuses, but it's good. No complaints there, I would say.
Just pretty standard here. Probably gonna see WhiteRa go Nexus first. I'm guessing from the looks of his build order here. And from the Zerg side, that's a fairly normal pool. He got a 14 pool. Now, the Zerg did luck out with the positioning as they are close by ground. This map is a fairly large map, and cross position is actually really long. So,
What happens if it's a cross position? The army will actually bring picnic baskets and lunches.
halfway down.
Halfway down, they'll stop, set up tent, then have their picnic and lunch. Sometimes they sleep over depending on what time that they leave, because sometimes it's nighttime. And then they'll have their rest in the middle.
Blankets, the whole shebang.
Yeah, and basically it's like a campfire thing. Back like
Kumbaya.
scouts. Yeah. Boy Scouts, stuff like that. And then what'll happen is come morning time, the army will wake up and then go the rest of the way and then kill off the opposing team. So Forge, Gateway, and Nexus coming. So nothing too big.
WhiteRa wants nothing to do with this campsite. He just like, nope,
No,
nope.
I don't
This is
need
my
it.
campsite. You can't come in here. Seeing two lings being constructed here by 160. See, like, like this Overlord is like, I know what's up, right? So these lings kind of are getting really lucky because if 160 had a scout this way, he would have no idea where WhiteRa was, and he would actually not get any scouting. But it looks like these lings might
I think
be
they'll
able to
get
make
him.
it.
But yeah, he scouted off.
Oh, that doesn't make it in time. But two lings, that's not that big of a deal. 160 did throw down his natural quite a while ago, just now throwing down his third. So his third is pretty on average time. Looks like it's just a pretty standard game so far opening up. Now this base, I feel like this kind of base design is really good for Zerg just early on, just because it's you have a lot of like, there's not a lot of places to hide stuff. Like 160 right now should have like an Overlord here, but like right now he's got like an Overlord here, which protects him from anything around here. And the only thing that this map really isn't really good for Zerg, I feel, is any kind of like Sky Protoss stuff, just because this base is so far. But you're seeing those two lings are still causing harassment at WhiteRa's main, just kind of making WhiteRa pull probes, make sure he's
Work a
microing
little
them around.
harder.
Yeah, just taking extra clicks. Now this Overlord is in such a cool spot. Like it can see everything. Like it can see this gateway and everything, but he can't actually get killed. But I think if he doesn't hurry up, he's gonna get killed anyway. So, but these two lings still just 160 just doing such a fantastic job keeping these alive. Not even a chance. And yeah, just look at that. This is still going. WhiteRa's pretty much been fully scouted. He hasn't really done anything, so he's still playing pretty standard. We're now seeing a Stargate being thrown down. That's kind of an interesting choice. I do know, like as I was saying, getting this base is pretty hard because of no creep spread. You can't really defend any kind of air unit. So I'm interested to see what he does with this. That Overlord. Oh.
So close.
But these lings, man, they're not giving up. They're just like, not today. Oh. Yeah.
At least a couple by now.
I don't think so. I think he's got two, I think. Yep, two. 1 on each. So not bad. This Stalker will kind of clean it up. That Stalker could have kind of cleaned it up a lot of time ago, but he really wanted that Overlord.
Yeah.
Mothership Cord just now started for WhiteRa. Good free spread here for him. 160s trying to connect these two bases, which is smart. WhiteRa did cancel the Stargate and change to Robo. That's kind of interesting. I'm not sure. I don't really understand the reasoning, but it looks like he wants to go for this third base. So that's probably a better choice, as taking a third base on Stargate is really hard. Due to that, if the Zerg sees that, he can really just go Ling Hydra and do like a timing attack and really punish you. So especially on this map where you have such a wide open third, it's pretty hard for Protoss to defend this efficiently. You know, as a Protoss player, you want to have more of a choke. You want to have some control. Like, you could force field this ramp, but then, you know, this is open and that is open. So this base is fairly difficult to hold. You can wall it off in certain ways, but like I was saying, it's not really efficient. A lot of brilliance here taking up the position of WhiteRa, but looks like that Starker will survive. We do have 160 up to lair. He's getting +1 attack. He's just starting roach speed. He hasn't taken the 2 gases in his main yet, which is I always found is really cool when Zergs actually do this. Saving this gas to get later on, because, you know, that's the one base that's not going to be taken down, so you'll have more gas later on in the game if you do lose your third. But WhiteRa is on 3 bases now, so it's kind of interesting. The Protoss is actually matched the Zerg on bases, and Zerg hasn't even seen it. So that's really huge. Just now seeing that WhiteRa has got this space, and it might be a little bit too late actually. He's only got a handful of roaches, a few lings. Ling speed has activated, so he won't get it. Robotic support bay about to finish up with WhiteRa, which is really good for him. He'll be able to start some Colossus, and these kind of pressures from the Zerg are gonna like right now 160 could go for like or Stefano type of mass roach. Just do it. And you're seeing he's got 11 roaches on the way, but on WhiteRa's side, we do have him. He does have 2 immortals out. He's got some sentries. He is got a 3rd immortal on the way. You know, he does have the planetary nexus. I don't know if it's gonna work. Like, it can work, but he's gonna need like some Stefano-esque tactics here with some great positioning and not just one giant movement. So we'll see what he does here. Going in for attack. He's got these lanes for scouting. WhiteRa's got just 1 cannon with him. Mothership Core is on its way back, and he might just just try and go for the natural. I don't think this.
At least the Lings can do some damage, but
yeah, I don't. Like, they might get a few probes here, I think, but WhiteRa should be able to keep up eventually. I think this is probably more than that. Looks like these roaches are still trying to get a position, and WhiteRa's got some really good positioning here. Just like field, like blocking him down at the worst possible moment, but gets up there. Doesn't take it down, but looks like it is going to go down. Yeah, okay, I was like, oh my god, we were wrong. But those roaches end up in the main, actually, out of all the places. Third was defended fairly easily by the immortals. A lot of sentry, a lot of gas there, but not too bad. Now there's a planetary nexus between third and second, so they can do 2. I learned something today, but I also learned that WhiteRa lost 16 probes so far this game. So interesting. We're seeing Swarm Host being 160's choice of follow-up. I find that I don't know if anyone watched State of the Game recently, but Artosis went on about how he thinks Swarm Host is the future of this matchup for Zerg. I do think that is also true, but I think this choice right now is not exactly the best choice. What you want to do with Swarm Host as Zerg is you want to contain your Protoss opponent on 2 bases. WhiteRa's already on 3 bases, and already has the necessary tech to basically defend this. So almost as good as a contain, but you can't hack out of it because it's so gas intensive that it's more of a like, this is my contain build, and you can bring the contain to the team. But I feel like this is almost a little bit too late. The Swarmos are in a ridiculously confident against Protoss just due to the fact that these focus trade Philippines. But like obviously a lot of Colossus is a great counter to that. Scumbag Locust. But seeing WhiteRa playing this really macro heavy, trying to get into fourth base. Zerg has already got his, so you know, trying to match the Zerg on bases once more. But be interesting to see what he does. You're seeing the Spire about to finish up for the Zerg. A lot of lanes going around the map trying to stop his base from going up. But that off just in time. And I don't know. I feel like these swarm hosts need to be like, need to go over here. What? Oh yeah, yeah. That's a pretty crucial upgrade for this scenario. But we're seeing WhiteRa transition into some Stargates now, which is a really good choice, especially against the competition that he's going against. These swarm hosts obviously don't shoot up. He's got 12 corruptors actually on the way for 160, so that's his anti-air answer right now. Some players have chosen to do Queen, others have chosen to do Hydra. But against a lot of a good option usually is to go double Robo, especially if you're on 2 bases and you're being hard contained. Another choice, more Prison with a probe, make another Nexus somewhere, recall to it, kill the Zerg. But those are just some few options. But these Locusts are running out of time, so they're. But we're gonna probably see 160 go for some kind of big push here. I'm guessing. He does have quite a few swarm hosts with his army, a lot of corruptors. But I feel like the only thing is that he's kind of lacking the upgrade. But I don't think WhiteRa's too far ahead on upgrades himself. Yeah, WhiteRa's sitting at 1-1. These Locusts are at 2-1 when they come out, so they are fairly beefy. Very good at tanking. And he's gonna try to slow push this in. And see, this is what I'm talking about, this contain where like WhiteRa's having to push back, he's trying to use force field and energy just to blow this back. So let's see here. Looks like trying to go up to the natural before the third is hard to make it in. Yeah, he does get a lot of information, but I like this. This is kind of a really good idea. Force field and Logan so they can get really good block damage on them. Run away. Let them drop some damage. A lot of the Void Rays have been taken out. Don't have to Void Rays, but the army of 150 has been cleaned up, forcing him to retreat. I feel like he does have the. I feel like he could have probably stayed and fight. I felt like he could have won that actually. The Swarm hosts only had to back up, re-burrow, and then just yeah, because he does have this overly like he did get quite a few corruptors come back. So those corruptors would have been really busy with dealing with that. With the corruptors would have been killing the Colossus, and then the Locust could have also been doing damages, so I feel like that was his fight to win there.
And Void Race would have been taking damage.
Yeah, he's actually only, like at the time he only had that one like half live Void Ray, now he's up to 6. So he's starting to really get that Void Ray count up. You know, same for 160, he's trying to go like this Swarm Host Corruptor mix. The only problem with this kind of mix is that these, like the Corruptors are a separate upgrade class, so you need to be upgraded twice, and right now 160 we're seeing him just getting +3 attack for his range units, but I don't know, has he started a Greater Spire? No, he hasn't. So no, not even a Greater Spire at this point. Trying to take this really close base. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the ideal place to be taking that base. He should be taking maybe this one here, or trying to take a hidden one up here. But you know, WhiteRa's in a great position to starting to really get the tech. He's got those 3 Colossus now, so it's really just kind of doing his focus moving through. He's got a lot of orders to be able to take down a lot of work rates. A lot of these structures are helping away, but the ground of WhiteRa is starting to go big soccer workers. Yeah, that really helped. And he also force fielded them at the same time, which is really cool, because what happens is now they're super slow moving, and your force field takes forever to get around. And they bunch up so much when they go super Cantro there. Looks like he's going to try and take a base down here. I think that's the one he should have took all along.
I agree.
WhiteRa's still just sitting on his 4 bases. Pretty happy the way things are going for him right now. These Locusts are still a problem though, and he needs to deal with them. But I don't think Colossus are really one of the Protoss is the only way of really dealing with like them efficiently.
Now we got it's like going at the bottom.
Yeah, little zealot group.
it does get spotted by that circling on the tower, so it shouldn't be a surprise or anything, but we'll see how much damage.
Yeah, the only problem for PvZ is he doesn't have any units, you know what I mean? Like,
not mobile units.
or like real units. He's got Swarmos and Corruptors, but he doesn't really have anything else. So he's nothing up there for WhiteRa to see. WhiteRa's even throwing away probes at this point because he doesn't really have any units. Fleet beacon going down, and so he's definitely going in the air now because we're seeing the second Cyber and X-Core come down. That's for more upgrades. And 5th base going down for WhiteRa. WhiteRa's just like matching the Protoss or the Zerg at every advance. And big fight coming in on WhiteRa. Looks like this is getting fair trade on the air unit. But the Zerg just keeps losing position. He can't contain WhiteRa at this point.
That was trying to expand there, but looks like they easily get pushed back.
Yeah. Trying to try and he's gonna have to try and respan really quickly because WhiteRa's taking another base, building lots of cannons to protect it, and he does have warp ins as well.
Now,
so
at the same time, he's also got
a lot of zealots.
oh
Holy.
my goodness.
So yeah, the thing is that Swarmos is such a, like I was saying, gas intensive, and this is the thing, a good point that our coach just brought up a couple days ago, is that it's really hard to tech out of this competition, right? You just don't have the options, and that base was canceled once more. Going around, going to try and do some more scouting, see if he can find another opening. But looks like once these guys have good units contained, like lots of spines. He's trying to put some roaches so that he can have a mobile defense force. Looks like these zealots are going to try and go into this base, but that's not going to probably work. And WhiteRa's like ahead on expansion. You know, he's getting the proper tech. He's starting to go straight in the area. He's got carriers on the way, and I feel like there's like these locusts, like as good as they are, he doesn't really have another option. Like he's got the Spire, but he hasn't even started the Greater Spire. He doesn't have Blue Lords. He doesn't have Infestors. He doesn't really have much of anything. He's really relying on these locusts to do a lot of damage, and they are making WhiteRa play fairly defensively because he needs to stay in a good position. But these kind of things are what kill you. These zealot runarounds. You know, the zealots killed all the spines. He's just now putting them back up. These zealots are going to get here, be able to do lots of damage probably this week. And you know, 160 is trying to get more position, but it's just not working out too well. Zealots are doing a lot of damage in at the base right now. 400. Go. Guys, hurry! Oh, so 46 health. Probably gonna look at dropping all them transfuses, and you know, like that kind of stuff is really making it so that look at the supply he's had to use to like defend that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been able to take another base. He's trying to retake this base again. He still just got swarm hosts and corruptors, but you're looking at the army of WhiteRa. Templar now been thrown. He's got a lot of them. He's got like one of everything. Just never know, man. You just never know.
It's a smorgasbord approach.
Yeah.
Delightful.
And looks like he's trying to re-spread the creep, trying to like get a more contained here on. But WhiteRa just slowly powering his army to, you know, full power. This double cybered X-Core is working really well for him. He's got 2 attack on. He's got weapons 1 on the way. So these air units are starting to start getting really powerful. You know, this base hasn't even been contested. I feel like he should be sending these roaches down here. Maybe it's got 1 pylon. You kill the pylon. You maybe kill the base. Force WhiteRa to go down there. Get the swarm host right here. Get in a position.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't seem like 160 has any means of like he's not eager to make a push or make or attack. He's trying to like keep hurting WhiteRa. Yeah.
Now, WhiteRa spawned 2 dark Templars somewhere.
Big storm going down, but losing a lot of Templar that are actually looting the locust. Big storm going down on the corruptors there as well, just making sure that they get pushed back. Most is down at the bottom of the map right now, and the WhiteRa starting to push forward. This base goes up, and I don't know why you keep trying to take this base. It's not going to happen. More Templar being warped in. WhiteRa has now trying to take another base. He is still, like, Zerg is still on 4 bases, trying to start to take a 5th. And this is just not going well. Oh, you see it in the effect now. 11 investors on the way for 160. I don't know if that's the proper choice for him right now. He has neural on the way as well, so maybe try to get some good neurals down. But I don't know if that's going to help him too well either. You know, he does have this large corruptor force, but they aren't exactly the most beefy of units, especially by themselves. Some good bungles there on all the Templars. I feel like WhiteRa needs to really needs to transform off a lot of units that's free. A lot of storms going down right now. Using his corruptor's ability to make these blockers die a little faster. He's not dying. That was a pretty good trade for 160, I'll have to admit, just because of all the energy. Just finish that army off. And right down here, WhiteRa has stopped the. I feel like he maybe wanted to warp in some more units with his main army, but he had to defend the roach attack that was happening down here. So overall, that was a really decent trade for 160. He was able to trade a lot of locusts and corruptors for WhiteRa's whole gas army, his whole airship army.
Absolutely.
But I just feel like the thing is 160 doesn't have the money to redo that. He's not building corruptors, he's still just building infestors. Big attack here by WhiteRa is down on the bottom base, but not the time in the way. So, but WhiteRa's up a base still. He's still, you know, cranking out the upgrades. He's not faulting on his macro. He's like always mining off 3 bases. He's got, you know, this one's partially done. He's got this one. He's got that one. He's now established another one.
Yeah.
He's like his gas count is not dwindling, and where 160's money is being spent elsewhere. You know, he's now finally got a greater spire, but the thing is that, you know, they need, you know, corruptors. He's just building them now, so that's not going too well right now for him. Now, here's something he's trying to do. He's trying to split up his almost, trying to make them more useful around the map. Not working out super too well, just because almost are really good in a large quantity and a large number, but small numbers like this, they're annoyance more than anything. So, and look at this infestor count. Just got 21 infestors. Yeah, but the thing is that fungal is still decent. It's not an army killer, especially if you're fighting someone where WhiteRa, where you're going like mass carriers. The only thing that you can really do is kill all the interceptors and fungal them. But I don't understand the idea. I don't know. Like in Wings of Liberty, you make like 6 Broodlords, like 21 infestors or 23 infestors or whatever he has at the end of this, and some corruptors. They're golden. But I feel like this air army for Protoss is just, you know, WhiteRa for one, like in Wings of Liberty, you used to never see Protoss go air for one, unless they were already getting it. Plus, usually Zerg didn't really get air upgrades, right? So you've seen both races get a lot more upgrades, but it's really helping out WhiteRa in the long run because his army is starting to actually get more beefy, and you know, as long as he can keep these bases running, he's going to be in a really good situation.
Yeah, and he's got the workers there mining. A little weird there with the workers on the 1 gas, but it's WhiteRa.
Everyone's allowed a few mistakes.
Yeah.
But he does have, you know, another base up. Zerg's still only on this base. For some reason, and God forbid me for saying this, but what the heck are you doing, man?
I'm confused by it too, because I would have taken one of the bottom bases.
Yeah. And
trying
to take that base, but the Dark Templars had stopped him. So he burrowed it, but he can retake it. But these Dark Templar are just being so useful for WhiteRa. 160 really isn't utilizing any of like Overseers a lot. So that's kind of cool. Using the Locust to hold the tower is kind of neat. But WhiteRa, you know, he's like, I'm more than comfortable just sitting back, letting my Templar get full energy, let these upgrades finish. You know, he's just started Blink actually now, but he's, you know, got shields and armor 3 coming for his Protoss unit. So like his air weapons are going to be 3-3. You know, shields are probably going to finish. So he's going to be 3-2-3. You know, that's like the ideal. Like every Protoss' wet dream.
Absolutely.
So
he's gonna have full upgrades and just laugh all the way.
yeah, and like some good like these fungal. You know, you're gonna be able to feedback all these effectors. So most of the energy is gonna be really useful for them. Big storms can always go down on the corruptors. You know, even then, like his corruptors are only at, or you know, he's trying to get the upgrades for him, but like corruptors, you need a maximum number of them. You need like a lot. And I just don't think he's got that right now.
No,
being that WhiteRa is maxed out and our Zerg player is 20 supply down. So
now the situation too, like you were saying earlier, he's divided his swarm. This is going to be a big problem. WhiteRa is taking going to the bottom where 160 is happening.
he does have a lot of infestors, so a lot of
much.
infestors coming down. Big time war making it so that they don't get up here as fast as possible. WhiteRa really needs to keep this army well separated so it doesn't get absolutely handled. Big storms going down on all the infested terrain, which is really smart because they don't scale with the upgrades anymore. So storm actually plays efficiently against them at all times now. These almost are shooting, and I just feel like that. This is WhiteRa idea. Like you like if the Zerg hasn't taken the expansion, that's the one thing about this map is that like Zerg needs to control this area and then has to control this.
And it's a lot of area that
and
can't just. It's too difficult to try and actually do.
Yeah. The thing is that again, Swarmos maximum number really efficient. Small groups not so great, but I think 160's kind of got one shot at the can here. You gotta kill this army and then some magical way kill all the units. But WhiteRa's just got so many gates on one pylon, and you can remake this army instantly. Look at his bank. 160 has no gas whatsoever. This base is being harassed by that single stalker. Huge fungal going down. And we'll see if 160 can break him here, but I don't know.
Even at the same time.
Yeah, if he does,
What happens is WhiteRa remax. So this one next to 0. And then what you do when you're going to try and remax with the Zerg, if you try to.
The problem right now is Zerg actually can't do anything but build lanes. Like he's building 2 corruptors, and that's pretty much all he's going to do is build. He's 50 supply down right now. Like he's going to need some miracle. Really good bundles going down now. Going for some neuros, but he's back on the and those neuros aren't working out for him at all. And this is super one-sided, and it looks like we're going to see WhiteRa take this pretty convincingly, actually. You know, WhiteRa really just showing his flexible, or what's the word I'm for? I don't know what the word is. Incredible, I guess I'll use. He's got ridiculously good macro skills. Really showing his overall Protoss play there, and just, you know, straight up dominating that. It's like, you know, you're seeing right here, he did, you know, he's in a remax on Stalker, which is a perfectly good choice since they're 3-3-3.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense for him not to, so.
Yeah.
Good game by WhiteRa. 160 had some really good stuff going on too, but
nice to see him trying some new stuff, but I feel just like a lack of scouting on this base pretty much spelt the game for him, because if those Swarmos come out and WhiteRa's on 2 bases, game is a completely different story. So,
so overall, great game. Thanks guys for tuning in. This has been Game Over. You can subscribe to us. Just hit the button below. I am Dark, and with me is Cantro. Have a great day.